4th and goal to go to 2. 34 seconds left to go in the ball game. This is the play right now. Takes the snap. Targeted goes in. Targeted all alone. And the quarterback keeps. Wow, what a call. Nobody touched him.
Here is Jeff, the host of the Gridiron.
Now, this is kind of bad, if you want to call it that, but it could. The alternative could have been even worse, because they were talking about they did do an investigation. I mean, I guess you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out that what they did was wrong. I mean, it's like you got the blue tent, and watching all the games and all that stuff. What Daboll did and Skattebo, it's like, I don't remember that anybody doing that before. Once again, just goes to show you, I mean, the things that happened to the Giants, it just, I don't think anybody's done that before. Yeah. Got to get in a concussion. He's in the tent. You got the coach in there. What's going on there? What's up? Huh? Yeah. So it could have been worse. So thankfully, this is a learning experience. And let's hope that Daboll stays away from the blue tent next time Jaxson Dart goes in there. And hopefully Cam Skattebo too. And hopefully the rest of the Giants thing. Somebody goes in the blue tent, you stay away. Right? But one of the things that was possible was a loss of a draft pick. Now whether Shane and Daboll will be here next season or not or whatever, that remains to be seen. But that's something the Giants can't afford. Right? Can't afford to lose a draft pick. So they got fined. Actually, Skattebo got fined. Actually, he got fined twice because they came back with the determination of the blue tent and all that. So Skattebo got fined $15,000 for that. And then he got fined in the Denver game after he got run over. When Dart threw that interception, he got ran over. I think he tried to trip the guy or kick the guy or something. Whatever it was. So he got fined like another $6,000 or so for that. So Skattebo's got fined for $21,000, and Daboll got fined $100,000. The Giants got fined $200,000. So, but let's hope this is a learning. Right, and I said could have been worse. At least we got all our draft picks, so that's huge. All right, where we at here? All right, so the NFL fines the Giants $200,000 for violating the concussion protocol versus the Eagles. Brian Daboll and Cam Skattebo also got fined too. The NFL fined the Giants $200,000 for violating the concussion protocol during their Week 6 win over the Eagles, the league announced. Separately, Giants coach Brian Daboll was fined $100,000, and running back Cam Skattebo was also fined $15,000 for conduct detrimental to the league stemming from their actions during the Eagles game. The penalties come after the NFL and the NFL Player Association conducted a joint review of the application of the protocol involving the Giants quarterback Jaxson Dart. While the NFL and the NFL Players Association found that the Giants medical staff and unaffiliated medical providers properly followed all the steps required by the collective bargaining agreement in their assessment of Dart, the sides concluded New York violated the protocol via the actions of Daboll and Skattebo. All right. During Dart's evaluation in the sideline blue medical tent, the NFL and the NFLPA found that Daboll and Skattebo entered the tent and spoke with Dart before his evaluation was complete, creating the perception that they were interfering with Dart's exam. While the parties agreed that Coach Daboll and Skattebo's actions had no actual impact on the exam or the care that Mr. Dart received, in a joint statement reads, their conduct was inconsistent with and demonstrated a disregard for the concussion protocol requirements and therefore constituted a violation. Yep, hard to argue with that. The concussion protocol states that only medical personnel deemed essential to the care of the athlete may be present for the tent. or the locker room evaluation. This includes the team physician best qualified to evaluate the concussion, the club athletic trainer, and the sideline unaffiliated consultant. The NFL and the NFLPA also noted that the Giants have taken immediate remedial steps to prevent any similar violation in the future, including by cooperating with the review, conducting additional training with club staff and players, and taking further steps to ensure only permitted individuals may enter the medical tent during a concussion exam. Daboll said after the game that he apologized to the team physician for his actions. I just stuck my head in to see how our quarterback was doing, Daboll said at the time. In no way would I want a player to come back out there unless he was ready to play. I have great respect for that process. Giants owner John Mara, though, said in a statement following the initiation of the review that Daboll's actions appeared inappropriate. But at least thankfully, okay, we didn't lose any draft picks. But Giants rookie running back Cam Skattebo has been fined by the NFL for the second time this week for an unsafe play during Sunday's game against the Broncos. The NFL announced Saturday that Skattebo was fined 6,157 yards for unnecessary roughness and striking, kicking, tripping, kneeing for a play during the fourth quarter, with 4:56 remaining. The fine was the result of Skattebo attempting to pick up a blitz on which Alex Singleton blew up the play. Blew him up, blew the play up, blew the Giants' chance of winning the game up, just blew everything up. Ultimately leading to a Jaxson Dart interception. He was not flagged on the play. Skattebo said, I got up. Skattebo told the NY Daily News of getting run over by Broncos linebacker Alex Singleton. That's really it. He got lower than me and he hit me harder. That's really it, Skattebo said. I got to be better in that moment for my quarterback. But he just got the better end of it. So that was the unfortunately that was he especially because with Cam being that low, right to the ground, he just get down a little bit lower. He's shorter than most of the guys out there. So for him to, it is tough because when you're standing there like that, you're just standing there. Maybe you can jump forward a little bit, but you got a guy coming full speed at you. Sometimes it's really tough, especially if the guy outweighs you by 10, 20, 30 pounds or whatever. The guy's running full speed. Sometimes it's really kind of tough to brace yourself and, but he gives it his all. He's just got to do a better job. But unfortunately, that one play right there was a huge turning point. Huge turning point. So it is what it is. But he got fined. So he wound up getting fined twice. But it certainly could have been worse because the Giants could have lost a draft pick for those guys violating the concussion 10, the protocol and all that. So thankfully, we still have all of our draft picks.